Good morning. Our today's topic is how was Titanic sunk? RMS Titanic was a British passenger liner, operated by the White Star Line. The ship sank in the North Atlantic Ocean on 15 April 1912 after striking an iceberg. Ship was in maiden voyage from Southampton, UK, to New York City, United States. There were estimated 2,224 passengers and crew aboard, more than 1,500 died. RMS Titanic was the largest ship afloat at the time. Ship entered service and the second of 3 Olympic-class ocean liners operated by the White Star Line. She was built by the Harland and Wolff shipyard in Belfast. Thomas Andrews, the chief naval architect of the shipyard, died in the disaster. Total height of the ship measured from the base of the keel to the top of the bridge, was 104 feet. Ship measured 46,328 gross tons and with a draft of 34 feet 7 inches. Displacement of ship was 52,310 tons. On April 14, after 4 days of uneventful sailing, Titanic received sporadic reports of ice from other ships, but she was sailing on calm seas under a moonless, clear sky. At about 11:30 p.m., a lookout saw an iceberg coming out of a slight haze dead ahead, then rang the warning bell and telephoned the bridge. The engines were quickly reversed and the ship was turned sharply. Instead of making direct impact, Titanic seemed to graze along the side of the berg, sprinkling ice fragments on the forward deck.
Ship's outlook did not observe that ship's underwater portion was hit by iceberg. Feeling no collision, the ship's lookouts were relieved. At that time they did not have idea that damage has occurred. By this time, iceberg had protruded underwater spur, which slashed a 300-foot cut in the ship's hull below waterline. Iceberg was 100,000 years old and originally weighed 75 million tons. By this time 5 compartments were flooded. The rapid sinking of the Titanic was worsened by the poor design of the transverse bulkheads of the watertight compartments. As water flooded the damaged compartments of the hull, the ship began to pitch forward, and water in the damaged compartments was able to spill over into adjacent compartments. The poor navigation of icebergs is undoubtedly the most well-known and momentous of mistakes that caused the sinking of the Titanic. Indeed, the collision between the Titanic and an iceberg, on the 14th of April 1912 at 11:40 p.m., is what caused the tragedy. Navigator forget that there is extended portion of iceberg under the water. In total there were an estimated 1,517 people died in the sinking of the Titanic. Among them there were 832 passengers and 685 crew members. Considering passengers and crew, 68% died. 53% survived. Captain Smith did indeed perish when the Titanic sank. Some survivors reported seeing him inside the wheelhouse of the bridge as Titanic sank, whilst others claimed to have seen Smith commit suicide. There are mixed opinions on his performance in charge of the great ship. Smith's judgment, decision-making are still debated today. However, the great fact is he did not leave the great ship. At the time of death, his age was 62.